Hello, fellow Packers, Filipinos against corruption and kleptocracy. I have an important question for you. Is the Philippines inherently a corrupt country? This question is complicated. While there have been many cases of corruption in the Philippines throughout history, we should not say that all Filipinos are corrupt. Here's a brief look at how corruption has influenced the Philippines over the years, before the Spanish came, pre-Spanish conquest. Before the Spanish arrived in the 1500s, different tribes lived in the Philippines. Each tribe had a leader called a datu. These leaders were supposed to be fair, but some misused their power for personal gain. For example, a leader might take food or tools meant for everyone and give them to family and friends instead. This unfairness led to mistrust among people in the tribes, as they saw their leaders not acting in the best interest of the community. Even without written records, stories passed down show that misuse of power happened often. Spanish rule, 1565 to 1898. When the Spanish came to the Philippines, they set up a new government and changed the laws. Corruption became more common, especially among local leaders called gobernadorcillos. Some of these leaders abused their power. For example, they stole money that was meant for community projects like schools and roads. When they were caught, people were angry because they trusted leaders who took money meant to help everyone. One famous and documented case during Spanish rule was when gobernadorcillos were found guilty of stealing tax money that should have funded public projects. This made people lose trust in both their leaders and the Spanish authorities. American period, 1898 to 1946. After Spain, the United States took control of the Philippines. American leaders promised better government, but corruption still happened among local politicians. The Jones Law of 1916 was supposed to give Filipinos more control over the government, but many local politicians abused public funds. For instance, some leaders misused the Priority Development Assistance Fund, PDAF, which was meant for community projects like schools and hospitals. Instead, they kept the money for themselves or gave it to friends and businesses in return for favors. This mismanagement wasted billions of pesos and made the public feel disappointed. Independent Philippines, 1947 to present, corruption continued after the Philippines became independent. Each president has faced accusations of corruption, and there are many examples of this during each administration. While I have more videos explaining these cases, they aren't included here since we're focusing on whether the Philippines is inherently a corrupt country. Hope for the future: if the Philippines keeps facing corruption, it could slow down economic growth and destroy public trust in the government. However, by working together, the country can build a culture of honesty and responsibility. There is hope. With teamwork between the government, community groups, and the public, the Philippines can fight corruption and create a better future for everyone. Continuous reform and careful monitoring are necessary to ensure past mistakes are not repeated, leading to a fairer society for future generations. We need to look at the issue of corruption with care. While there have been many serious cases of corruption, especially among some government officials, it's not fair to say that the entire country is corrupt. Corruption has historical roots, going back to pre-colonial times and the colonial period, with most incidents involving just a few leaders and officials. Most cases of corruption come from a small number of officials, showing that many honest people work hard for their communities. Additionally, many Filipinos want a fair society, and grassroots movements and protests demonstrate that the people are eager for accountability from their leaders. Furthermore, anti-corruption laws and organizations show that society is working to fix the problem, not that all Filipinos are corrupt. Conclusion: in summary, while corruption is a big problem in the Philippines and mostly involves a small percentage of officials, it's unfair to label the whole country as corrupt. Many citizens want reform and are working for a better future. To address corruption, everyone must help strengthen government systems and support transparency. With these efforts, we can see real positive changes. If you want to learn more about fighting corruption in the Philippines, check out my channel, KleptoStop.Philippines, for practical steps and resources. God bless the Philippines.